Hi guys, again welcome back to our class. We are going to start our chapter 1 and thank you for your assignments. As you have, most of the students have submitted their assignments in a convincing manner and thank you. I hope that today's video class will be continuation of our chapter 1, that is electrical symbols and fuses. And today we are going to see the second part of our chapter 1, fuses. What is mean by fuse or rewirable fuses, and what are the different types of fuses. First we'll have a theoretical knowledge about fuses, and later on we can go into the practical drawing of this particular chapter. So what is really mean by fuse? But before going to that, I hope that in last class all the students have been completed the symbols of various electrical fixtures, electrical components, and whatever the drawings you have given. If I ask you random questions, or if I be randomly recollect any 4 points, you must be in a position to draw it. If you have your notes with you, just take a pen and paper. We'll have a quick revision. As we will have a quick revision, we'll have a quick revision or review of in previous class. What we will do is we just go back to, or just if you are memorizing it or if you have a recall of it, just draw five questions which I'll give you just in a quick moment. Ceiling fan, fluorescent lamp, bell, buzzer, two-way speech, brown. If you have a quick notes, just redraw it so that you will be in a position to understand whether are you recollecting those symbols or not. So okay, if you have drawn so far so good, then we'll come back to our class. We'll just check out our this today's class session. So fuses. What is a fuses is all about. So when you generally see in chapter in first year, as you have did it in BW. So what is generally fuse means? What is a mean by? Some students just help me out with that. What is mean by a fuse? Generally, if you see the principle, fuse is nothing but which has a fusing material, but every fuse has different materials which we'll use. Generally a solid conducting material with low melting point. It is nothing but just a solid conducting material with low melting point. When more than the rate, why we use a fuse is nothing but a protective device. Why we will use that? See, generally how does it work? So when the more than the rated current flows through it, it melts. The two dents will broke the lead, thus what do you say, it will break the circuit. So in this class we have two types of fuses. So what are those fuses? What are the different types of fuses we have? We'll just look at it. If you are in a position to just to look at it. Fuses, it generally consists of two types: AC fuses and DC fuses. And in AC fuses, if you observe carefully, you have a high voltage fuse, cartridge type, high voltage, that is high rupturing capacities fuses. And we will see liquid type and expulsion type. And again in DC fuses also, what do you say, again in AC fuses you have low voltage type fuses, which are nothing but cartridge type, dropout, rewirable fuse. And what do you say, rewirable fuses. And if you just see, if you see rewirable fuses, low voltage fuse, rewirable fuse, and switch fuse. And again this cartridge type, we have link type, D cartridge, high link type, bolt type, knife type. But these all things we are not looking at into. Just we will see what is mean by fuse, what is AC fuse, and what is generally DC fuse is nothing but it's a protective device which will make break the circuit when high, more than rated current is flowing to the particular circuit. So in this particular diagram, or in this particular chapter, we will just look at rewirable fuse. This is a common rewirable fuse, where if you look carefully to the thing, it consists of contacts, base, fuse wire, and fuse thing. This is a fuse carrier. If you see, this total body is called as a fuse carrier. So we must be in a position to draw the isometric of low tension or low voltage type of it. If you see the assembled view of this particular fuse, you have two things. This is how does a fuse look like, and this fuse is also of it's in two parts. One is holder and another is carrier. So what we will do is the body, the below the, if you see the check out the body, you have what is a lower body and fuse carrier. And the fuse carrier, if it is removed from the body, how does it look? We will just look at it. This is a fuse carrier, and this is a complete body, and at the same time fuse carrier. So in this is another type of fuse carrier, or the rewirable fuse. You have three pictures, which will help you to understand what we are going to draw in upcoming class. So generally, to draw this particular what is a fuse, rewirable fuse, how an isometric view picture we will be in a position to draw. So let's look at that. So isometric, there are certain rules in when you see, just this is an isometric broad paper for your understanding purpose, which I have took this one. You just have a look at it. See, already you have seen this complete, you have learned this in your first year, that is how to draw different types of isometric views. And we will see the same thing over in this class. This is how generally we will look in. And so now, how does a fuse generally looks, or how does a rewirable fuse looks like? We have seen for various types, various bodies. You have KitKat, rewirable KitKat fuse. These all are the fuses where uh, of the different types of pictures which we have collected in from Google page. This is in Google. The images which are showing you are from Google images, so you can also browse and check out it. So in this class, in this class, what we are going to see is what is the body. So now we have seen the body. So here, now now see, uh, just before going to that, we'll again come back to this. This is a body. Now how does the isometric view of this particular body can be drawn? That thing we are going to learn in this present class. In this we'll have two questions. One is a fuse body. We have to be in a position to draw the isometric fuse body. This will be a first question. And second question will be a fuse, isometric fuse carrier. This will be a fuse carrier. So what we will do is, we'll try to check out these two things on our coming class. Now see this, if you just take a screenshot of it or just a make of note of it, we have an isometric view of a fuse body. This is generally isometric fuse body. What we will do, by the observe the data. Generally, if you take a drafter, what we will have, you have a length and breadth. How we will draw this particular diagram, we'll just try to learn in this particular subject itself. In today's class, we'll be in a position to understand. Now every body has, if you see the in picture, we try to observe rewirable fuse and its body. So now, what are the hidden details? If you just in our practical class, we will have this fuse body is hand over for you, so that you have a keen observation towards it. Just see and observe how the total body, which is made up of ceramic, you just look at it, so that you will be in a position to understand the body. So now we will draw. To understand this, we'll take a help of a what we are going to do now. Now just see here, this as this is a body. Now what I am doing is, if I take a cubical shape, generally I am drawing one cubic. Okay. Now this is generally a fuse body. Now what is happening over here is, you have to take the help of a drafter to draw this particular diagram. So generally, whenever a diagram is shown for you and it is looking, so we will assume this as an front view, this as an side view, here this one as an top. Now basic thing what we will see here, if you take as mathematics, the portion below here, you can see this, you'll consider this as a length, this as a breadth, and this as a height. Now basically, if someone asks me, if I want to draw an isometric view picture, what I'm doing is, I'm having top view, second one is, now what are the top view does we have here, we can see the length. The length is nothing but L, the upper portion. The top view consists of L. This is L1, and this is the length second. And here in top view, again you have a breadth. So this is a breadth. Here you are taking this both as a breadth. Now what does top view is combination of? Top view is a combination of length into breadth. Next, if you take a front view, the front view is again combination of L, the total this a total body here where we are able to see is length and height, h, length and height, h. Now if you see here, the front view is combination of length and height. So for that purpose, what we are going to do is length into height. Now, when it comes to side view is the combination of breadth into height. This is side view. So this is side view, gives you the combination of breadth into height. Now, if you see here, if I let me put it in certain boxes, which will help you to understand the things. If I keep a top view in between and side view on top, and top view, front view in between, there you can observe that top view is a combination of length into breadth, front view is a combination of length into height, and the what do you say, side view is a combination of breadth into height. If you see here, the length are common in front view and top view, means front view will have a length as a common thing, and side view will have a breadth as a common thing, that is side view and top view. Side view and top view consist of breadth as a common thing. Here we see here, front view is having common length and height with top view. If you take this as a front view and this as a top view, the both thing is having length as a common. Again, if you see here, from side top view and a side view, the common thing is breadth. Again, if you see the length, that is front view, and a side view, the common thing is height. The same thing is written over here. Length is a TV is, that is top view is equal to length into breadth, front view is equal to length into height, side view into. Now if you see the box over here, the particular consists of, this is the length, particular body it is having a certain breadth, and this is having height. Now we were going to draw only this particular thing. Okay, now in this only this particular thing, what we are going to see here, if you remove the fuse carrier towards app, and this is the body, and the body consists of length L and height H and breadth. Now this total body we have to draw it in three particular phases. That is, what do you say? That what we are going to do is we are going to separate front view and side view and the top view. Now, if I want to draw this on a paper, first of all, what must I have to know? What is the total length? What is the total height? And what is the total breadth? If I know these three values, now can I be in a position to draw this particular whole body? So now let us look into the given data. If you see the given data over here, if you see the probably the first thing, the length can be taken as L is equal to 110, that may be a centimeters, and here again the breadth or an height can be taken as in 50, where you can see observe, and breadth is also given as 50 in the given question. Now if I want to draw the length and height and a breadth, and I want to make sure that I want to draw the plane, sectional plane and elevation and envy of infused body, so I must know these basic three things. That is, what is the length, what is the breadth, and what is the height. What is the height? Now see here. Now again we will come back and we'll see on a paper. So I have taken the given data. L is equal to 110 centimeters, H is equal to 150. Now what we will do is we will try to develop isometric view of a fused body. So first of all, what I am going to do is you just take a drafter. You know how to use a drafter. So I'm just using a freehand sketch, but you have to use a drafter so that all the things will be. Now what does uh, top view consist of? Now one more, the most important thing over here is you have to remember that how this cubic is been designed, how this cubic is designed. You have to remember that the top view is always placed on what? The top view is always placed on front view, and side view is always beside the uh, front view. Now see here, now same thing what I'm doing is I'm just taking a small diagram for this. For an example, this is my front view FA. And what is a common thing between a front view and a side view? What is a common thing? Front view, side view, in both, what is a common thing do we have? The common thing what we have in front view and side view is nothing but height. Okay, see here, this is a front view. Front view consists of length into height, whereas side view consists of breadth into height. The common factor between both of them is height. So their height is nothing but this one. This height should match with this particular height, and the breadth can be a difference. This is breadth. Now length, the length is given as 110, 110, and height is given as 50, and breadth is given as also 50. Now here on top view again, on top view, the top view has same length, so we no need to worry about it. So we have length as in 110, length as 1. Now what is the common thing between, if I am taking this as a top view, what would be the common thing between front view, side view and top view? That is breadth. So here we have breadth as in 50 centimeters. Now I have taken by the help of only given data, that is length, height breath as per the question. Just I'm using to draw a three boxes which is combined to make or develop now this fuse. Now what is the fuse which we are going to draw right now? It's a rewirable fuse. Rewirable fuse which is on body, which is nothing but isometric view. So in this isometric view, now just take these diagrams, and based on this, after developing this, here you can see now in topmost the body is given for you, and below we have a top view, a front view, and a side view. Now based on this, try to develop how the body can be framed. On top view, if you observe carefully of above isometric view, you have a complete body, and you have the below as top view, front view, and side view. By using these three views, let us try to develop the body of a fuse, that is rewirable fuse. Just make sure that your dimensions are matching. So whether you're drawing it right or not, just make stick to the simple formula. What is that? What we have shown over here. So if you are not following this basic formula over here, or basic guidelines, that is top view consists of length into breadth, front view consists of length into height, and side view consists of breadth into height. If any one of this is mismatched with your given data or the diagram, then assume that you are doing something wrong, or you are drawing something wrong which may end. So use this thing and try to complete it, and so that which will help us to draw your fuse body. Now in the same manner, we'll come back to rewirable fuse carrier. Again, when you see here, let us see the carrier. When you see the carrier, you have a carrier box, and you have these two boxes over here. This is the upper carrier. And how does the carrier look like? If you see the carrier, we have a carrier box over here. So this box, which is the base, is given for you. Again, this also consists of top view, front view, and side view. If you just check out the same thing in what's your diagram, here we have one certain diagram. So this is from Google Map, Google Images. You just look at this is a rewirable fuse. So what we will do is we will just try to draw the front view, side view, and top view by taking considerations into the guidelines which we have given for you. So this will help you out to draw. While drawing this, if you have any doubts, you can just ping me, or if you're having any doubts, just call me, so that when we are doing a practical session on this, or when we are going to our drawing class and drawing this particular fuse carrier, again I will come for you, and we will have a brief explanation by using your drafter. This is only for understanding purpose. For that reason, we are not using draft over here. So there, when we look at that, we can go and draw by sticking to this. Then you can just look at that particular things. This is rewirable fuse. Again, in this rewirable fuse, you have a length, you have a breadth, and you have a height. By utilizing those three basic things, let us try to draw this rewirable fuse. And one other most important thing is HRC fuse. What is this HRC fuse is all about? HRC fuse is nothing but, now someone help me, what is mean by HRC fuse? If you are aware of it, how does that originally HRC fuse look like? Huh? So I'll just show you one original component. How does an HRC fuse looks like? Why? Because you must have an aware of it. Why? Because you're drawing isometric view, but practically how does this looks like, we doesn't know. But so I am showing you how does this is the main parts of an HRC fuse, but practically coming, how does this look like? This is how your HRC fuse looks like. So now again coming back to our class here in HRC views, this is having, it's a free sketch drawing. Just you remember the parts and try to draw it. So in upcoming class we will just that is when we are practically studying or drawing this particular class, we must be in a position to what do you say, to draw again completely. We have to be in a position to draw this particular thing. You have a high rupturing capacity cartridge fuse, where you have a fuse link, outer element, fuse element, cartridge, brass end plate, filling powder. So you have to reproduce the same diagram as it is a freehand sketch. So dear students, we have seen so far in our chapter 1, that is class chapter 1 class 2 second module, we have gone through rewirable fuse, and we have seen how to draw the isometric view of a fuse body, and there we have learned how to draw top view, side view and front view, what are the basic things we have to stick on. And later on we have gone to isometric view fuse carrier. There also we have seen how to develop this particular isometric view diagram. And thirdly we have seen the rewirable HRC fuse. In HRC fuse we must be in a position to redraw the same thing as it's a freehand drawing. You can use the drafter. The main consuming, see, the most important essential part you have to keep in mind when we are drawing is time. If the time is not utilized properly, then the time is itself a main vital role. When everyone knows the answer, when you're drawing, when you're attempting exam, everyone knows the answer solution, how we can draw. Why? Because the question itself, the question paper itself, you have a diagrams, you have to reproduce them. The main scoring point, whether the student is able to understand it or not, that can be only observed by how many questions is he attempting, and at the same time is he able to reproduce the same thing accurately or not. The time consumed and the accurate level of accuracy can only gain you marks. So remember this one small thing when you are attempting the questions. When you are attempting the questions, make sure that you are utilizing the time properly, and make sure that you are utilizing the given time. In time bound you are completing the question paper. So hope that in chapter 1 and chapter 2 you have successfully completed your fuses diagram, that is various electrical components. And in second class, that is fuses, rewirable fuses, in that you have seen fuse body, fuse carrier and HRC fuse. So in coming class, after listening this class, you must practically, when you are attempting, let us go into the deeper section where we can utilize the drafters, where we can utilize the what do you say this uh, time in given time bond. How are you in a position to complete this or not? We will see. So make sure that you, when you're coming to this class, carry your drafters. We are going to use different types of pencils, that is carry your own pencils, H type 2, H3, HY, because in this elevation we have certain hidden sections also. That is why we will call it as an elevation plane or sectional elevation or end view. There you must be in a, we'll draw hatchings. So try to bring your components, all things for coming class, where you can easily draw this rewirable fuse. Hope that you understood this class, and make sure while you're coming, bring all the things with you. So with this thing we have completed our chapter 1 that is fuses and components, where you have seen the fuse body, and second one is a fuse carrier, and third one is HRC fuse, and fourth one is how we are going to house the and connection of an HRC fuse. So hope that this class is been understood by each and everyone. So next class we will see our chapter 2, where you can learn and practically where we can see in our practical class. Thank you.